Heyo, and what is up, everybody? Thank you so much for checking out SledgeHammer TV tonight. It is Tuesday, January the 16th, 2018, and we are here to talk about tonight's glorious edition of SmackDown Live from Laredo, Texas, and we are going to do that right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby, the SledgeHammer Wrestling Show. So, I'm sorry for that. Let's do this.
The SledgeHammer Wrestling Show.
All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me here again tonight. My name is Nick Nightmare. I am your charming and lovely host. Along with me is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, and we are here to talk about tonight's SmackDown Live, which actually was what I predicted to be the most predictable of all tournaments that we have seen come down the line in a long time. Everybody knew that the finals of the United States Championship Tournament was going to come down to Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. What nobody expected was that they were going to wrap this all up tonight in a nice gift-wrapped box with a pretty little bow on it. The bow would be a beautiful color blue, similar to what I have here, something similar to SmackDown Live's blue, a very popular color, as both competitors in the finals, Jinder Mahal and Bobby Roode, decided to wear the same colors tonight. I just found that a little off-putting. They looked like a tag team that was in the midst of a breakup right before our eyes. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I don't see why you wouldn't say, hey, you know, I'm wearing blue tonight. You might not want to wear fucking blue. Maybe you want to go with black. Maybe you want to go with red. Maybe you want to look like opponents and not partners. Nevertheless, I digress. It was actually one of the better matches I have seen Jinder Mahal have. The storyline behind it was very well executed. And although the theme of the night throughout this tournament would lead you to believe that Bobby Roode was not going to come out on top at the end of this night, which many of us people here on YouTube sensed was going to happen. Everybody thought this belt was going around the waist of Jinder Mahal, and myself included. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have been too upset with it. Because like I've said many times, good guy Bobby Roode isn't as glorious as he comes off. Alright? We all know, real fans of Bobby Roode know how glorious he truly is when he's tearing ass as a heel. So I would have been completely okay with them not giving him the title tonight, putting it around the waist of somebody like Jinder Mahal, leading to his eventual getting of it later on as a heel. I wasn't opposed to it. I didn't mind. And it would figure that the one time I wouldn't mind the WWE giving that win to Jinder Mahal, these bastards go ahead and make him lose. Not that I'm opposed to that either way, because I am very happy to report that Bobby Roode is now our United States champion. It is a very glorious day, and I promise that's the last time we are going to use that word, because we don't want to overkill it and beat that dead horse into the ground. Like Byron Saxton. No, Byron. No. Probably my favorite moment of the whole entire night on the entire broadcast of SmackDown Live. Bobby Roode's entrance theme hits. It is the moment of the night for most of us. We love hearing that piano chime on, and we know he's coming. And Tom Phillips does not get enough credit. Tom Phillips is an excellent replacement for Michael Cole. Does it prove that the commentating job there that they have is absolutely interchangeable and you could essentially put a robot there and do the job? Yes. But Tom Phillips is younger. He's a little bit hipper than Michael Cole. He's more charismatic, and I think he's actually got a better positioning on that role than even Michael Cole. After 20 plus years, he just sounds like garbage. And though Tom Phillips is not the best at his job, moments like tonight, which echo the way he used to be as a commentator on NXT, in my opinion, is absolutely the highlight of his whole entire career. Tom Phillips was setting up the entrance of Bobby Roode so perfectly, saying that SmackDown Live and the United States Championship Tournament is about to be, and he left it hanging because the note was right there and the song was about to hit that glorious chorus. But before it could hit that note, Byron Saxton, like a goofball nerd, goes, "Glorious!" and ruined the moment, and Tom Phillips just went off. "No, Byron! The song does it for you!" Oh my God, I laughed out loud. I actually rewound it about 2 and 3 times because it was the highlight of my night. It was absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that it wasn't Corey Graves. I would fully expect Corey Graves to jump down Byron Saxton's throat and tear him a new one for making such a flub. But the fact that it was Phillips made it all the better. Absolutely fantastic. I friggin' loved it. Whether it was written that way or whether it was a legit flub on the microphone, fucking awesome. Absolutely great. And the reaction of Phillips, like I said, top notch. Top notch stuff there at the desk. At least in that moment. Let's not get crazy and give them too much credit. This show opened up tonight with the beginning of this tournament, which we all, like I said, we all knew it was going to happen. Xavier Woods versus Jinder Mahal. What did you think was going to happen? Did you seriously think Xavier Woods was going to be put over a former world heavyweight champion? Absolutely not. Like I said, many of us had him on the inside track to win this thing. So nobody expected any different of the outcome. The New Day starting off this show with whatever the hell they did there was absolutely unnecessary. I actually did not even pay attention to what the hell they were saying. It didn't make sense for them to be cutting a promo in this moment. It was just wasting time on the show. They should have just kicked it off with the match. Let's go get this started. We didn't need to see them throwing around pancakes again and throwing up, blowing horns. Enough. You know, this is serious business. This is the United States Championship Tournament. Put your pancakes down. Put your hands up and let's get this thing going. Alright? The inevitable happened. Xavier Woods would lose after he got hit with a Khallas by Jinder Mahal. Nothing so news breaking there. One of the other reasons why I liked this show tonight, aside the fact that we had the coronation of Bobby Roode, is they were kind of a little old school and they actually were building towards the Royal Rumble. Maybe this is because they're not about to celebrate a 25-year anniversary and they can actually focus on the important pay-per-view that's happening right now. Raw seems to be preoccupied with this 25th Raw show. 25th years of Raw. I don't know if it's technically an anniversary or if it's just the 25th year of Raw. You know what I mean. An anniversary is, you don't count the first one as one. You know, like your first wedding is not your first wedding anniversary. It's your wedding day. Like it doesn't count as the first one. Never mind. Let's not go crazy on that. But Raw 25 seems to be the focus on the red brand. The Royal Rumble, as it should be, is the focus on the blue brand. We got a lot of vignettes, although some of them were cringe. Very cringe-worthy. Natty. Shinsuke. Baron Corbin was alright. Randy Orton's was alright. But I like the fact that they're building it in an old school manner. With promos. If you're not going to have these guys go out there and wrestle, which you shouldn't, there's no reason why everybody should be wrestling while they're all getting ready and preparing for what could be the biggest moment of their life in an opportunity at the main event of WrestleMania. You don't have to constantly be booking these guys. And the focus of the show and the whole point of this show was the United States Championship Tournament and the Royal Rumble. The old school promos were great. I don't like the phone camera thing. Because I don't think that they were looking off of cue cards like some people were saying on Twitter. That, oh, you could see that they're clearly reading. And usually I'm a proponent of that. Like when you see them obviously looking down at the floor. And sometimes you can kind of see them looking like they're checking out a prompter or something somewhere when they're doing their promos. But tonight, I think what the problem is when you're doing, and you guys all do this. Every one of us do it. I'm guilty of it myself. When you got your phone in your hand and you are doing a video, you're not looking at your camera piece up top. You're looking at your face. You're looking at your own self. So it doesn't really truly look like they're looking at the camera. I do that myself on this show. Sometimes, like right now, if I'm looking at myself on the screen of my computer, it's not as connecting with you as if when I do and I look at the camera head. I'm looking at my screen. I'm looking at you. And I think that's what was happening to some of the promos tonight, but that's just a minor tidbit to complain about. Most of them were okay. They all were very scripted. They definitely had their lines memorized. That does not necessarily mean they were reading from a card off screen, which I think would be hard to do while holding your phone anyway. It would probably be much more obvious than what some people were saying they were seeing, especially in the case of Ruby Riott, where her eyes clearly were locked on her face and not on the camera, and she looked like she was reading something off screen. But let's not get detracted too much more on that. We had a lot of hype, like I said, for the Royal Rumble. We had a promo package explaining the whole situation between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles. AJ Styles had an interview tonight. We would not see him in action, and I'm fine with that too. At least we got to see his face on the show. He decided that he was going to call Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn Cammy. And I think that that's just WWE creative garbage. They tried to give him something clever, something cool to go with. They're doing that celebrity thing where they take the two names and mash them up. Cammy? Really? They couldn't have come up with anything better than that. I would have called them Seven. You know, Sammy and Kevin. Seven. Cammy? It doesn't sound good to my ears. It doesn't feel good coming off my tongue. We're not talking about Street Fighter. Cammy. We're talking about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This 2-on-1 handicap match, I don't know what's going to happen with it. We will talk more about that on the preview and predictions show for the Royal Rumble, which will be coming up in just about a week or so, right before the pay-per-view. And I don't know why they were not on the show. That's the only thing. I know we were featured in packages and this and that, you know, just like Rusev. He wasn't on the show tonight, you guys. Just because they showed a video clip of him with Aiden English talking to the Fashion Police in an exclusive WWE.com thing doesn't mean he was on SmackDown Live. He was not on the show. And like I said, I'm not so mad about it because we got the Royal Rumble coming and you don't want to have all these guys blowing something out or injuring themselves. So you want to keep everybody off screen. But I thought we could have seen something a little more from Rusev and Aiden English tonight, being that they are the most popular thing going on SmackDown today. Let's just take them off of the show entirely, you know, because they are obviously on a mission to kill Rusev Day. What else did we have here? We are going to talk about Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley. I didn't like this match, and I'll tell you why. This match's only purpose was to serve as a way to lead us to believe that Bobby Roode was not going to win this tournament. Mojo Rawley has done away with the get hype thing, which is great, but his new song is horrendous. His new whole entrance and his new thing, it's not what I expected, I guess, and I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought maybe I would. He's not a bad heel. I just don't like the packaging of him again. They're kind of making him very stale and generic. And then you have him go out there and absolutely destroy Bobby Roode for the majority of this match. Who are we kidding? He was throwing Bobby Roode around like a little stepchild that he didn't want nothing to do with. It's a fact. He was the reason why Roode's ribs were injured going into that match with Jinder Mahal later on tonight. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. I thought, if anything, it should have been a much more evenly fought match. You want to put Bobby Roode to the test, give him an injury or something he has to work through in the previous match, tell that story. I'm all right with that. I don't mind that. I just thought you gave a little bit too much to Mojo Rawley. I don't think he should have came off looking that damn good, because he doesn't deserve that. Sure, he's a little bit bigger, he's got more muscle, and I like the aggressive nature of his heel character. But to do that to Bobby Roode, the guy who was going to end up being coronated as your champion anyway, you made him look too strong, I think. And it took away a little bit from Bobby Roode's momentum going into this match. Even though he would end up hitting the glorious DDT and getting a win and going on to the finals, I just did not enjoy this match. Some of you guys maybe did. Maybe you are the same type of a fan that really enjoyed the Braun Strowman stuff from last night a little too much. You know, I enjoyed it just like the rest of you, but some people were completely going crazy, saying that Raw was saved, and that this is the best Raw they've ever seen, and the WWE's gone back to the old ways. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Will you stop it? We've seen everything that they did last night before. There was nothing special about it. Just like there was really nothing special about what happened tonight. Even, like I said, Bobby Roode winning this tournament. Big fan. You see it. But, you know, it could have been so much more. Especially when you add in the factor of the looming shadow of whatever they're going to do with Dolph Ziggler upon his return. So he's going to come back and say that this whole reign of Bobby Roode's don't even count, because he's the real champion, a la Shawn Michaels with the Intercontinental Championship in the mid-90s. I'm not opposed to seeing this angle again. I think it's going to be good. I expected, I guess, something bigger. You know, or maybe I just really am holding out for that heel turn for Bobby Roode, because until then, he's just going to be just another guy. But now he's a champion. Let's see where they go with it. Let's not judge it too much. But, like I said, it's just meh to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We had so much talk about the Royal Rumble that I think that's where my head's really been at. I've been thinking about the Royal Rumble all night long, not really truly paying attention to what I was seeing, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Because it was an uneventful show for the most part. We all knew what was going to happen. The biggest surprise and the best thing to happen was that they announced the finals was going to happen tonight, for whatever reason. I'm going to take a guess and venture that whatever it is that happened with Jey Uso over the weekend, as it's being reported that he was arrested for a DUI, and we will talk about that on another show later on this week, had something to do with the shift in the matches on this card. I fully believe that the plan was in play to have the finals next week on the Go Home show before the Royal Rumble. It was being stated everywhere. Any reputable source for wrestling news said that that was the fact of the matter. For them to change it on the fly and give it to us tonight means that something happened. Did we see the Usos tonight? Yes, we did. They came out and cut a tremendous promo. They ended up getting hijacked and attacked from behind by Gable and Benjamin, who are now clearly the heels in the scenario in this tag team division. And I loved it. I loved it. So, if you were going to have them on the show anyway, why not feature them a little more? Why change up the card? I'm speculating. I don't know if that's really what even happened. All I can tell you is, for them to conclude this tournament tonight means that something either went wrong and they had to change it on the fly, or they're planning something else bigger for next week. How could you get bigger than the finals of a championship tournament? I don't know. But I'm not complaining. It may come off like I'm complaining, because that's what I do. I bring the hammer down. I tell you guys my opinion as I feel it. And these are the things that I feel when I watch this show. As great as it was to see Bobby Roode win, tonight's show just didn't feel so great to me. I did enjoy it for the most part, but it just felt like an average show. The show didn't blow anybody out of the water. This isn't a sign of great things to come for SmackDown Live. It's just okay. And I'll take okay. I will be alright with okay. I'd rather be here telling you guys this than ranting and raving and going all off like a crazy person, like I did last night on what just might be one of the best shows I ever did on the Monday Night Raw review. The only other thing of note tonight to talk about, because there's no reason to cover the finals, I've told you a million times that Bobby Roode won tonight, is this mandatory 3-on-3 women's match, which just seems to be the only thing they know how to do with the women on every show. It's let's take 6 women and put them in one scenario. Now, I know this is a 2-hour show and they had a lot to put into it already, so they couldn't really distribute matches to the women. And this particular tag team matchup was actually not that bad when you consider that on one side you had Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Charlotte, 3 of the best the WWE has on the roster. And then on the other side you got Ruby Riott, who can go. You got Liv Morgan, who can go out the door. See you later. I don't want to see you anymore with your little cross-eyed interview that you did. She was on her phone. She looked like she couldn't even see straight. I don't know. She had like a lazy eye thing going on. Anybody else notice that, or was it just me? And Sarah Logan, girl's tough as nails. She's boring as shit, but she's tough as nails. Strong girl. Not too bad in the ring. Can't complain too much about her, but Ruby Riott is the standout here. And every time she touched with one of the girls tonight, it was pretty good. This was not a botchy, sloppy mess of a match. This was an actually good contest. What I don't like is that they keep giving the win to the Riott Squad. Now, I understand that what they're trying to do, let me enlighten you guys, why we're seeing all these women so much and in these multiple 6 and 5 participant segments is because they want you and the casual fans that we don't want watching this product, when they tune in, to go, oh, that's that girl I've seen on SmackDown. And you can't effectively do that if you're going to feature 1 or 2 girls every week. So they want everybody to be in the public consciousness. So when they have this 30-woman Royal Rumble, it feels like you know everybody. It feels like it's full of big stars. And I'm sure it will be. But the Riott Squad, the 2 members of Crap Solution that could actually wrestle, they're not big stars. They're 5 wasted spots in the Royal Rumble for the women. I'll give it to, like I said, let's be honest, hammer down. I'll give it to Ruby Riott. I would give her a spot in the Royal Rumble. Why not? She was coming along very well on NXT. They pulled her up way too soon. But it seems to be working a little bit because at least she can wrestle, and she was able to go with the likes of a Charlotte and a Becky and a Naomi in a fairly entertaining match. Fairly entertaining. It was not 5 or 4 stars, or let's not get carried away, but considering what we've been getting in the women's division on the main roster, this wasn't bad. Could have went a few more minutes, was a little short for my taste, but not bad. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. And that's pretty much going to do it, you guys. That was SmackDown Live tonight. Bobby Roode, our new champion for the 100th time tonight. If I sound like a broken record, it's because that's the only thing really to talk about. It's the only thing, essentially, that happened on SmackDown. I'm not saying that made it a bad show. It was an okay show. It was better than bad. It was not great. Monday Night Raw last night only wins based off the fact of what Braun Strowman did. And the main event match was fantastic, except for the finish. But you see, there's always a but or an if. And hopefully this coming week's broadcasts from the WWE don't give us any of this, oh, well, Stone Cold Steve Austin was there, but. You know what I mean? We're going to have about 30 legends, 30 former superstars, as far as the list is concerned right now. Somewhere in and around that mark. And we're going to sit back next week and tell you guys everything was crap. The way WWE's been putting on TV, I totally expect that to be the situation. Thank you guys for your continued love and support. Do not forget, if you are not a member of the Sledgehammer Club or a part of this family, all you have to do that and to be awesome today is to like this video right now by smashing that thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and anybody that you know that will enjoy a wrestling broadcast. And then hit the subscribe button to officially join the crew. Ring that bell to become part of the notification club. This way you never miss a beat. And you will always know as soon as a video drops, just like this one, the very second that it does. You'll hear that little ring-a-ding in your pocket, on your laptop, on your tablet, on your TV, wherever it is you watch SledgeHammer TV. It will keep you up to date and informed. So hit all of those buttons and make my day. Don't forget also to check out Clutch Chairs down in the description below. Follow me on Twitter at Nick Nightmare. The Facebook page is alive and in color. Facebook.com/The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. All one word. Last night's Raw review was one of my best shows ever. If you missed it, you gotta go check it out right now. Go back and watch it. Some of the funniest stuff I have ever done. I watched it back myself today when I got home from work, and I actually was making myself laugh out loud. So I suggest you go check that one out. Don't forget my coverage of the retirement of Paige. We got that video up over the weekend. We got more videos coming all week long. WWE went crazy signing people and confirming their arrival to the Performance Center. We are going to go over each and every new class member later on this week. We are going to go over so much more. Like I said, talk about the arrest of Jey Uso. So keep your eyes open for some more editions of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show all week long. That is going to do it. We are out of here, and we will see you next time. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, right here on SledgeHammer TV, only on YouTube.com. Thank you guys so much, every single one of you that subscribed this week. I fucking love you, man, and make sure you spread the word, spread the love, and get some more guys. We are one person away, one from 400. Maybe it's you. Let me know if it is. Leave a comment down below if you're number 400. Thank you guys. Rock and roll. And we will see you next time for more news, rumors, and highlights in the world of professional wrestling. Have a good night.